guys. I had a spot here last week actually, just speaking about some of the technology that I have learned, and I don't know whether I'm jumping the gun here, whether anyone else is slotted in for this time at present, but well, I suppose I can say a few words if no one else is saying any. If anyone has been slotted in and they come into the room, or can someone tell them or whatever, because I'll get off the mic and they can have their time slot. I'm just filling a bit of air, so to speak. I was speaking last week about some of the structure of consciousness that I've been sort of learning within myself or teaching myself through my Christ self and connection to God's source, and I wanted to sort of expand a little bit on that. I've been doing Course in Miracles for probably, well, since 1998 I've been doing it, and I sort of got to the end of it, and found a bit of a self-expression coming through me more and more, and I decided to let the Spirit of Life run my program, and see where it would take me. So it sort of has taken me, I suppose, in slightly different directions of understanding of consciousness. I don't think there's a conflict. I just think there's perhaps a structure that we can lay a hold upon and see and work with and align with to allow a transcendence within our experience, more so than perhaps I have found just through doing the course alone. I started on a journey many years ago, and it's been progressively stepping into higher and higher understanding, expressions, and I don't think there's any limit to how far I can go in my return to God's source. I'm walking steadily onward towards truth, and it is through my life experience that it's becoming very real to me. I don't know how real things are to you, because that's your experience and you're in charge of that. Your guidance is to step you through, I suppose, the pathway that you took away from source. A lot of people say all roads lead to back to God. Like we all came down the mountain a different way, and we're going to have to use the symbolization of our vain imaginations to sort of undo the track that we took somehow. Although it may not necessarily be exactly the same track, but I think there are symbols in our mind that we know and recognize as our own programming, and it is these vain imaginations that we're going to be undoing on our return home. Even though we've shared many symbol codes and energies with many people in many space-time continuums, and there's a very blended consciousness of sharing of, I suppose, the thoughts of God and the thoughts of illusion. We've been sharing many different energies and symbol codes, electromagnetic tonal frequencies of light and sound. That's what I'm sort of really resonating with at the present time. What is the structure of consciousness? How does it work? How are we related to the hologram that we are creating? See, we're creating everything around us, and oftentimes in ignorance of the laws that function. And how does it work? So if I'm going to be walking home into greener fields, so to speak, I'd like to know the pathway and how to bring forth streams of living light into the wilderness of my mind. If I'm going to turn the wilderness of my mind into a flourishing paradise, I would like to know a few of the keys, some of the ways of thinking, some of the structure of consciousness. How's the hologram constructed? What's the multi-dimensional structure of the many mingling members in many densities interplaying with one another in different fields? How's it work? And so I started putting my mind upon the original creation. It must have all come forth from somewhere. Did it come forth simultaneously? Did everything spring into action as it appears now, or did it emerge in ever-increasing consciousness evolution in many different entities of creation and many different structures of consciousness? How did it come about? What is it? And so it came to me to be something that I could explore, because obviously it's still existing. Whether it be the illusion or the reality, we're still experiencing those layers upon layers upon layers of our mind that perpetually create or recreate or restructure our experience, our fields of reality. Whether it's illusion or not, we're constantly redoing it. And if there is a way to say, well, that's not a worthwhile thought, to create in my life experience something that creates pain or separation, fear, or whatever I might be experiencing, to recreate that, well, that's not what I want to do. I would rather create something that feels good, and be able to share that and recreate it perpetually, or even improve on the frequency of that, so that it'd be a finer and finer joy that was ever increasing in my experience. And I don't know whether the microphone's cutting in and out. I see the microphone on the screen there, chopping in and out. Can someone indicate to me on the screen? Is it actually still speaking clearly? Can you receive me there, Guy? Can you give me a yes? Everything is peachy. Good. Because I see my microphone flicking in and out, yeah. But so I decided to have a look at myself, have a good, clear examination of what constitutes my reality. Where did I come from? What are the energies that flow into the hologram of my existence? Why am I perpetually creating things in my life that I don't particularly want? And when I looked at it, actually I did this, I suppose, back at about 98, 99. I was writing a book called We Are Risen, and that comes from A Course in Miracles teaching as well, that the atonement is come, the world is finished, and we're seated back in heaven, or actually we never left, we're just having a dream of separation. And the book We Are Risen was an 1,800-page book. It was quite a large volume of ramblings in a way, but they were very important ramblings to me, because as I was unfolding my thoughts, I was getting different connections back in my mind as to how consciousness worked, and I was giving myself a few keys of understanding. But one of the things that I found in the process of writing the book was, I said to myself, well, here I am. This is me. I'm here now, and it appears that in this world I came from two parents. Taking the God element out of it for a moment, just genetically in my body, in time and space, as I was knit together in my mother's womb by the seed of my father and the seed of my mother. One seed was made from those two parts through the genetics, and out I came, and here I am. So, where did I come from? So, genetically speaking, I've come from two parents. And then you look at those two parents, and they came from 4. And then they came from 8, and then they came from 16. And if you exponentially went back and looked into the structure of the number of people that had created me right here and now, and you went right back to the very, very, very beginning of creation, you would find that all of the parents created me. Everyone who's ever been and offsprung themselves into the genetics that constitute my reality, they are the founding members of my identity, sort of thing, in the genetic structure of separation from truth in this world, or many worlds that we may have travelled in and through, as we've woven like a tapestry through time matrices. We've woven cords of identity that sort of lock us all together as one fabric of a family that seems to be separated in some ways and yet joined to God. So I saw myself as one unit coming from the all. I came from everyone, and when you look at the everyone, you find that it's only one anyway, and so that one came down to us all here. So if you were to draw a pyramid of from one down to a baseline of everyone, and you join the sides, you